let me tell you a little bit about the structure of the debate. According to Chris Wallace, when he began the debate, you were going to have 8 defined segments. In looking at the transcript, we can only find 6 defined segments because, again, the thing was such a mess. Point number 2 was the Biden versus Trump on COVID, and Trump explained his point. Biden explained his point. I'm not going to rehash that. It's all old news. But here is where a top debater would have won the point, and Trump didn't. On February 1st, Biden called Trump xenophobic for blocking travel from China. And Trump should have had that in front of him, and he should have just let Biden say what he said and said, well, Joe, apparently you didn't feel that way on February 1st when you called me xenophobic for banning traffic from China. That's all he needed to do, and then shut up. But that's how good debaters win debates, and people who are just having a street fight, as someone called the debate, end up turning it into a muddled mess that just about nobody watched it felt it was very satisfactory. But it was kind of interesting. So I think most people would consider that Biden won the point, and it's a very important point on COVID. But it didn't have to be that way if Trump had been a better debater and been more in control of what he was doing.
This is the book he referred to. This is his latest book, The Decline of America, 100 Years of Leadership Failure. So that gives you a little hint as to the book. But Dr. Schein takes every president from Woodrow Wilson to Barack Obama and analyzes their time in office based on the very same criteria for each one. What are some other topics that you use to actually take a look at them, Dr. Schein?
We evaluated the presidents on basically 3 standards. 1 was the success of the company, their key management decisions. 2 was their personal ethics, and 3 was the ethics that they incorporated in their rulings and decisions made in favor of America. And so we had people like Bill Clinton, who has 0 personal ethics, but had a fairly successful time in office because the economy itself did well. And then you have people like Richard Nixon, who actually accomplished several good things, but ultimately got our 1F grade. So, but those are the 3 standards that I use for each of the 17 presidents in the book.
So get this book, and you have 1 month to read it and do some research before we elect our next president. And if you want to know how any of these presidents, from Woodrow Wilson to Barack Obama, how they handled crisis. Woodrow Wilson had the last pandemic in 1917-18 time period. So if you want to see how he handled that and compare it with how we are now handling the pandemic that we have called COVID, then that's a great thing to do. You can look at both of them and see. So get this book, research it, study it, as we're making plans for the next election on November 3rd. So we would invite you, if you have questions about the debate or questions about anything that Dr. Schein has talked about today, that you would post them in the comments, either on YouTube below the video or anywhere you see the video. We would welcome your comments. Or you can send an email. And what email address, Dr. Schein, should they contact?
Probably the easiest way to do that is contact me through LinkedIn. As I'm very active on LinkedIn, and I do respond to comments there. Also, if they go to our consulting website, ClaremontManagementGroup.com, is that there is a contact there, and you can contact me through that address. So I'm very easy to get to.
Thank you for joining us. Again, leave your comments below for Dr. Schein, and we look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.